And we're live. Back with another one. Your boy Dominic Rich coming in with the fire for your head tops. The real. If you want realness, there's a place for you. You know I'm gonna keep it real, man. I'm gonna keep it 100. Especially in 2023, I'm gonna keep it 100,000 because there's a lot of hypocrites out there. There's a lot of hypocrites. I'm not going to call any names. I'm not going to call out anybody by name. But there's a lot of hypocrites out there when it comes to clubs and their bias against certain clubs and, their lenience against others. You see what I mean? But I'm here to call them out, man. I'm here to call them out. Big up to everybody in the stream. Make sure you guys smash your thumbs up button. Your boy is back. Guys, let's first start with the definition of the word hypocrisy, right? Hypocrisy means a feigning, according to Merriam-Webster, a feigning to be what one is not or believe what one does not. Behavior that contradicts what one claims to believe or feel. For example, his hypocrisy was finally revealed with the publication of his private letters, especially the false assumption of an appearance of virtue or religion. Okay? 2, an act or instance of hypocrisy. And the reason why I'm saying and I'm screaming out hypocrisy is because the English media, the pundits, the YouTubers, they all target Manchester City. They all target PSG. They all target the clubs that are owned by the Middle Easterners, right? When they're spending the money, they call them oil clubs. They say this, they say that, they say this, they say that. But when Chelsea, and I'm calling names now of clubs, when Chelsea goes out there and spend over €500 million in one season, and I made a Twitter post and I said, Pep Guardiola in its entire tenure at Manchester City has not spent over $1 billion on the players he used. The players he didn't use, who were part of City Group's spending, and went out to other clubs without ever playing for Manchester City, takes it over $1 billion. You could do the research for yourself. Yes, I know it started with Chelsea back in the 2000s. I know that. But the thing is, it seems like Chelsea seemed to get away with it more than a team like Manchester City because, look, it said that City are ruining football, right? And I'm glad we got a Chelsea fan in here. I'm really glad we got a Chelsea fan in here. And I don't remember as far back as when Roman Abramovich just took charge, but I would believe in something similar that took place, like making shockwaves by just spending big. And Man City did the same thing when they were taking over as well. But I'm talking about the present, the now, right? The now. Man United, I thought they were splashing the cash, you know what I mean? They spent a lot of money. But Chelsea, oh my God, and the thing is, right, people are screaming, oh, Manchester City spent over $1 billion with Pep Guardiola, and he didn't do this and he didn't do that. That's 7 seasons. The man won 4 Premier League titles. Chelsea spent that in one season, 600 plus million. That is ridiculous. I don't care what nobody want to say. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And I don't know how Chelsea's getting away with it. That's the thing. I know they're giving the players big contracts. I don't want to. The word is a little difficult to pronounce. I think it's called Let me look up the word. I don't use the word that much, but this is the word that we're looking for. It's called amortize. Listen. I can't say the word. I don't use the word that much, but I'm not that smart. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that smart at all. This is the word right here. It's pronounced amortization. amortization. Amortization, right? And it's the this is what it is. This is what Chelsea are doing, if you guys don't know. The word is pretty difficult to pronounce, man. Listen, I'm from St. Vincent, man, you know what I mean? And it says to pay off an obligation such as a mortgage gradually, usually by periodic payments of principal and interest, or by payments to a sinking fund, right? To gradually reduce or write off the cost or value of something such as an asset, right? So basically, the contracts are extra long. So when you, for example, if you buy a car and you buy the car for 30,000, you know, and it's a 7-year loan, you pay less per month than if it's a 3-year loan. You see what I mean? So it doesn't really look too bad on your behalf. It doesn't really look like you're paying that much because you stretch it out over a long period of time, you know, and that's why they're giving them the contracts and everything. Am I right halftime? Am I right? That's the gist of it, basically. That's the gist. That's why Modric, that's why you got Enzo Fernandez, what Maduke, all these guys that they have big contracts, and that's what it is. That's why they've been given these 8-year and a half and 9-year contracts, just so it's not to tie the players down for life. It's not slavery or anything. It's just so that it could make the deal look a little better in the financial fair play terms. Basically, Chelsea are cheating. That's basically what's going on. They cheat in the system. You know what I'm saying? You know, people are not saying it, but I'm going to say it. Chelsea are cheating, basically. Oh my God! At halftime, he said big risk, but less on salary too. You know, look, I'm just saying things, man. I'm just saying things. Don't mind me. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it spicy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm doing. I'm keeping it spicy. But guys, what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk about Chelsea's spending. We're gonna talk a bit about the Serie A. This is ready, set, go to boy. I don't have a lot of time today. Maybe an hour and a half. I gotta go pick up my wife from work and you know, things like that. But let's look at the Chelsea spending this winter transfer window. We could even go as far back as the summer, right? Let's use one of my favorite sites, Transfermarkt, and we're gonna go to Chelsea, and we're gonna just take a look at all the transfer business that they conducted this season, right? That's the main topic, man. Forget about all the other clubs and what the business that they did. Nobody really cares. You see what I mean? All eyes on Chelsea right now. Like, I can't talk because my club, Man City, did not buy a single player during the window, right? We only brought in an Argentinian by the name of Maximo Peroni, and I'm hoping that he's a gem that we got for cheap. You see what I mean? And he turns out to be a lot better than Enzo Fernandez. You know, might not happen, but still, it would be nice. But this is what Chelsea did this season, right? Current season's transfer. Let's break it down. And I actually want to do a complete live stream where I do a tier list of some sort of these Chelsea signings. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that. I really, really want to do that. Halftime said the trophies at the top look really good. I know. Pacharo, big up yourself, that Chelsea are a rich club. They ain't cheating. Yeah, but there are rules, though. There are rules. The financial fair play rules that, you know, what if Man City spent 500 million? You would never hear the end of it. You would never hear the end of it. People will be talking about it all season, especially if we win the title. Oh, man. Let me say this right now. If Chelsea does not challenge for the title, I'm not going to go as far as to say win the title, but if they don't challenge for the title next season, it will be a total failure, in my opinion. Total failure. And don't come tell me, oh, it's a project, it's going to need a few seasons. You want to see some immediate success, because if you don't see immediate success, guess what's going to happen? The manager gets sacked. So don't tell me it's okay. It's not okay. But I like what Chelsea are doing in terms of the youthfulness that they're injecting in the team. I like that. They're playing FIFA career mode basically with in real life. You know, apart from the spending, the expenditure of 611 million euros, almost a billion in one season, and only making 67 mil, they've brought in a lot of players. They brought in a lot of players. So let's take a look at these players that Chelsea brought in, right? And I'm going to give you guys my opinion on each and every player. Enzo Fernandez, right? World Cup winner, 22 years old. Benfica to Chelsea, reported fee of 130, around, you know, the ballpark figure. And before Chelsea were even in the conversation about Enzo, before most Chelsea fans even heard about Enzo Fernandez, I was talking about this dude in Champions League qualifying before the season started. And, you know, Steve and I identified this gem who came up from, I think that was River Plate, along with, you know, Julian Alvarez. And we identified this gem because he was balling. I'm telling you, balling for Benfica. And we saw that from the get-go. We're like, oh, man, he's gone next summer for sure. He's gone. But it only took half a season because we had the World Cup. Enzo Fernandez, as soon as he was injected in the Argentinian team, he made them a better team, and they went on to win the World Cup. So he's the World Cup winner, 22 years old. Did Chelsea pay too much for him? Look, anybody that wanted this player would have to pay that type of money. English record transfer fee, I think. Anybody who wanted Enzo Fernandez had to pay this type of money unless, I don't know, you finesse Benfica. And Chelsea tried to finesse Benfica, but it couldn't happen. So Enzo Fernandez, you know, worth the money, definitely worth the money. I'm not going to say, you know, I'm basically giving Chelsea the okay to spend $500 million, but it's their money. I don't know how they're getting over the, you know, getting around FFP laws and rules and regulations, but they're doing it somehow. Or maybe we'll hear something during the summer. I don't know. But Enzo Fernandez, I got to give a big thumbs up. It's a great signing. Let us see if he's going to adapt to the Premier League like he did in the Portuguese league. It's a total different, you know, ball game in England. You see what I mean? And if you never saw football in England, you need to book a flight and you need to go over there like I did back in October and watch a game live, and you're going to feel the spirit. You're going to feel the passion. It ain't no games. It ain't no, it ain't a fun and games. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm sharing my experience some more. So really good signing, Enzo Fernandez. I can't hate. As much as I want to scream hypocrisy and criminal and, you know, whatever with Chelsea did with the transfer window, this is a great signing. I don't know if I'm going to say the same about all the others, but this is a great signing, man. A lot of money, but a great signing. Wesley Fofana, another brilliant signing in my opinion. They had to pay a lot of money for him. It's listed as 80 million. I think that's a record for a defender as well. 21 years old. He was really good for Leicester. Hit the ground running in the Premier League, and he's been proven in the league already. And I think if he continues on the trajectory, if he comes back and bounces back very well after injury, he could be a future great for Chelsea and for France. So Wesley Fofana, I think, is another very good signing. A lot of money spent, but Leicester wasn't going to let their player go if Chelsea didn't dish out that type of money. The next player on the list. So I'm going to give Fofana a thumbs up as well. Mykhailo Mudryk. This is another player. Chelsea hijacked this deal from Arsenal, and this deal, including add-ons, goes up to 100 mil. Mudryk is a star. You see what I'm saying? Mudryk is a flair player. Arsenal, I think, missed out on a gem. They didn't want to dish out the money. They got Leandro Trossard in, you know, instead. I can't speak right now. Instead of Mykhailo Mudryk. But, you know, I think Chelsea saw a quality player, an impactful player, and we've seen that in the only game that Chelsea played against that he's played against Liverpool so far, and he's already showing promise. A little pricey, but another very good signing in my opinion. I am not saying that the Chelsea signings are not good signings because they spent a lot of money. I just don't understand how they get away with spending all this money. Let me keep it real. Mark Cucurella. I think Mark Cucurella at Brighton was a really good player. At Chelsea, he's been somewhat of a flop. And this was another hijack deal because Mark Cucurella was linked heavily with Manchester City, and I think he was going to sign for Manchester City. But if Chelsea comes in, offer Brighton more money, if Chelsea offers Mark Cucurella a bigger salary, what do you think? It's a no-brainer. He's going to go to Chelsea. You see what I mean? And you can't fault Mark Cucurella for that. But was it the right move for his career? Maybe not. So right now, I have to say Mark Cucurella, a 4 out of 10 so far in terms of his Chelsea career, and I can easily see him falling down the pecking order. And who knows, man? Maybe getting sold a few seasons from now. I'm not trying to hate, not because he snubbed us and went to Chelsea, but I'm just saying 65 million euros. I'm getting a lot of text messages in my pocket right now, and I'm curious to know who's trying to message me right about now. Oh, my daughter. Oh, okay. Give me a second. All right. So, yeah. So Mark Cucurella, I have to say, not a very good transfer because Chelsea had, like some Ben Chilwell. They had a few more left backs there, and I think this was a redundant signing, in my opinion. Raheem the Dream Sterling, man, and I have to say, I was super happy, and I know a lot of City fans don't feel the same way, but I was very happy when we got rid of Raheem Sterling. I big up to all the Jamaicans watching, but I was really happy because Raheem Sterling was a frustrating player to watch. Missed a lot of goals. He had some really good games. I'm not gonna lie, he had some really good games. But when he was good, and when he was bad, he was like insufferable. You see what I mean? So I was really happy to get him off my hands. Was it a good signing for Chelsea? Well, I have to say, yeah. Premier League experience, proven winner, many titles, and he just wanted a new adventure where he was going to get a lot of game time. He was seeing that game time, but unfortunately, he got an injury. But I have to say, a good signing, a good acquisition for Chelsea. Because you don't want to bring in all these new players to the league, and then they don't know the climate, and when the going gets tough, they don't know how to adapt, or they never, let's say, acclimatized to the league. So I say thank you, Chelsea, for taking Raheem Sterling off our hands. The next one, Benoit Badiashile, 21-year-old defender. And he's already proven that he's very good. He's hit the ground running. He's a good signing. Not as expensive as a Fofana. He surprised me. I knew he was pretty good at Monaco, but he surprised me with the few appearances that he's made so far. And he's looked a lot more assured than Kalidou Koulibaly, if you ask me. So thumbs up to Benoit Badiashile. He's young, he's strong, and he has a bright future. And if Chelsea are to, rebuild and become a force again in the Premier League, because they haven't won it for quite some years, right? Benoit Badiashile could be the rock at the back that they need, man. So Koulibaly, there's been rumors that he could be sold this summer. So his move to Chelsea has been a complete flop so far. 38 million, 31 years old. I absolutely love Kalidou Koulibaly. I wish he was at Manchester City. I think we waited for him, but Napoli wanted too much. And come on, man, we don't play those finesse games. We really don't. We don't play those games. And I think Napoli wanted about 70 million for Kalidou Koulibaly. Man City was willing to pay about 50 or 60 million at the time. The previous season, Chelsea got him, and he's not been, living up to expectations. I like to say big up to the people in the chat. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up on your boy Dom is back with another one, ready, set, go. 12. Noni Madueke. Look, I never seen the man play. I've only known this player from FIFA career mode, and I know he goes on to have very, very high potential in career mode. I know that's no comparison, but it gives you an idea of what the player is capable of doing as well, right? Didn't see him for PSV, and I have to say, Noni Madueke is a wild card because he could either be a really good player for Chelsea running down the wings, or he might just be another, player that's part of the loan army. You see what I'm saying? He's English-born, Nigerian background, 35 million from PSV, and let's see how he does. I'm in between with Noni Madueke, I have to say, man. I'm gonna keep it real. Malo Gusto, bought from Lyon, 30 million, right back, 19 years old. He's a player also recognized from FIFA career mode as well. Guys, I play a lot of career mode. I have not in 2023, but in 2022 and before that, I played a lot of career mode. 30 million, he's going to come in next season. Basically going to be there as a backup option for Rich James and, just provide that cover in all the competition that Chelsea have to take part in. So, not a bad signing. I have to say this one is a good signing. A right back with high potential. And, scoop him up early, let it go back to Lyon. Only 19. I thought he was a little older. And he has that look as well, like a flair player. You see Rich James, you see a Cucurella, you see a Malo Gusto with the hair and everything. Pretty good signing. Carney Chukwuemeka was a different one, but he's a very good player. I like the signing because it's not overly expensive. We've seen Carney Chukwuemeka for Aston Villa already. He's talented. And I actually like this signing more than a lot of the other signings, believe it or not, because he's a very talented player. And we've seen glimpses of his talent already. And I just hope for his sake that he doesn't go into the loan army and never get a chance to really cement a place at Chelsea. I'm going to say, Chukwuemeka, thumbs up. As I said earlier, I like most of the Chelsea signings. But I just don't like the kind of money that they've been paying, man. They're spending a lot of money. They're spending a lot of money because if any other club spend that type of money, you guys will be crying your eyeballs out right about now. Imagine Manchester City spent $500 million. What would you guys be saying? Ask yourself that. What would you guys be saying? Big up to the boy Jamal Griffith, Donovan McCrabb. Big up Yoshi, Elijah Lawson in the house. Big up everybody. Make sure you guys smash up the thumbs up button. We're just running through Chelsea's, transfer business this season. Warm things up a bit with some, with some $500 million talk, you know what I mean? And the next player, Andre Santos. Well, look, Andre Santos is a highly rated 18-year-old central midfielder, box-to-box side from Vasco da Gama, Brazilian, right? 12 million. He's doing well with the Brazil under 20 team right now in the South American under 20 championship. And I've been hearing really good reviews of this player. I've never actually saw him play. I got to take a look at him, but I'm kind of skeptical about if he's going to be part of the Chelsea setup going forward. He looks like a future loan army player for me. So I'm going to say Andre Santos, I'm like halfway in between because he could be a loan army player like a Kennedy. But then again, who knows? If he gets an opportunity, he might actually hold down a place in the midfield for himself. But it's going to be very stiff competition with the likes of Kovacic and Kante still there, and the likes of Enzo Fernandez. You see what I mean? Conor Gallagher. You see what I'm saying? You get the point I'm trying to make here. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I have to say this is a shit signing, right? Because since coming in under strong words, right? I know. Since coming in under Thomas Tuchel, he has not done anything of note, right? He's falling down the pecking order. He was basically rumored to go back to Barcelona, and I'm pretty sure that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang leaves Chelsea in the summer. Big thumbs down for this one. David Dacho Fofana. Man, this one came out of nowhere, man. It came out of nowhere. Never heard of the player before, but he had an Erling Haaland type career over there in Molde, where he was having a steamy season in the Eliteserien over there in Norway, right? Chelsea picked him up. He's 20 years old. He's Ivorian. I think he is going to be part of the loan army come next summer. He's not going to be in the starting 11 nor the squad. That's just how I feel. That's really how I feel. I might be wrong, but that's just how I feel right about now. I think the leap was a bit too big. I would have preferred to see the player go to a Salzburg or let's say, a Bundesliga club or let's say an Eredivisie club and then leapfrog from there, right? Play some Europa League, play some Champions League, but come on, man. From Molde straight to Chelsea is a bit of a big leap for me. João Felix, personally, Chelsea paid way too much for the loan. It's like Chelsea just got, I'm going to mention, I do think this is career mode, guys. I do think this is career mode, so I'm going to mention it. You ever be playing career mode and you're deep and you have like $1 billion in the bank and you could buy whoever you want? You don't even care how much you offer. You just offer a stupid amount of money for the player. That's what Chelsea did for João Felix loan. Well, Atletico Madrid went and renewed his contract, which means if Chelsea wants Felix next summer, they'll have to spend 100 mil maybe. You see what I'm saying? Or 90 mil plus the 11 mil already paid for the loan. They're going to have to spend a lot of money. I think João Felix is going to flop. Like he's already flopping with that red card. Already thinks 1 month of his Premier League career wasted because of some, a bonehead decision, basically. I think João Felix is going to flop, and I'm going to say a thumbs down for João Felix. Sorry, man. Sorry. Gabriel Slonina, listen, bright future. He's already playing for the USA. Even if it's a second string team, he played for the USA the other day. Formerly of Chicago Fire, I think he was sent back there on loan. Who knows, man? He got potential, but I don't see him being the #1 goalkeeper at Chelsea in the future because of just, the nature of the club. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to say this one, I'm halfway in between. I could see him being part of the loan army going forward. Dennis Zachariah, I like Zachariah, but the deal was kind of weird. Like, you know what I mean? He took a while before he even got a game. Then when he finally started playing, he got injured. So I'm going to say Zachariah, for me, a big thumbs down. He should go back to Juventus where they might probably sell him. Because if they loan him out and they just bought him, it means that he's surplus to requirement over there. He doesn't fit the billing. So I'm going to say Zachariah, big thumbs down. I like the player. He's been linked with City before, but he went to Chelsea. So thumbs down. Conor Gallagher, promoted from the under-21. I'm going to give that one a thumbs up. He's already Premier League proven. But I truly think that Conor Gallagher should have taken up one of those offers from Crystal Palace or Everton and go out there and play every game. For Chelsea, he's not going to play every game. But I like Conor Gallagher. You know what I mean? He got potential. Amanda Brozier is the same thing. They should allow him to go back out on loan. Or I think Southampton wanted to purchase him. They should have sold him. But when you want to be selfish and hold on to players, and you want to hold players, that's what end up happening. You stagnate a player's career, and you know what I mean. You just stunt the player's growth. And Brozier is injured, so yeah. And he's not going to jump right back into the starting 11 or anything. He was never really a starter, but still, he could have fought his way into the team when he had the opportunities. Emerson, he's gone out on loan. Emerson is done at Chelsea. Ampadu, he's been part of the loan army, and I don't think he's ever going to hold down a place at Chelsea. These are the guys out on loan. Batshuayi, I think it's, I swore he was actually sold, but apparently he was actually sold. So these are end of 2022. I don't know why it says the end loan 2022 there, but those loans ended. Those loans ended actually, guys. So those loans ended. Some of these players have been sold already, and we're going to look at the players sold. So in terms of the transfer business, Chelsea spent 611 million euros, right? You round it off, 611 million euros. That's a lot of money, guys. The average age of the player is 23. Aubameyang took that age up a bit. Let's say 21 if you take out Aubameyang. 20, let's say 22. But that's a lot of players, man. That's a lot of players and that's a lot of money, guys. That is a lot of money. I want to hear what you guys think, right? My mic, what's going on with the mic? My mic, okay. My mic not working well. All right. All right. Yo, I don't know, man. You know what? You know what? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Oh my God. You guys would not believe it, man. You guys would not believe it, man. I wasted all this time. All this time I wasted, man. All this time I wasted, and I didn't hook up to my mic that I'm talking into right now. I'm talking into the webcam mic right about now. The webcam mic, you know. The webcam. I'm pissed off. All right, tested. How about now, guys? Sounds better? I cannot believe this. I really cannot believe this, man. I should have looked at my... Did you guys say this a long time ago? Let me see. Nobody told me this at the start. I was actually looking at the comments from the very start, but nobody mentioned it. But I think it's a lot better now. I was not hooked up to the real mic. God damn. I feel real stupid. I feel really stupid, man. If you guys knew something was off with the audio, why you didn't say something? And I think the stream was going pretty nice, you know. I think it was pretty damn sweet. I think it was going pretty sweet, man. I'm mad. I'm really mad. Because what happened, guys, I have a webcam that I was actually checking out, you know, because it was on top of my computer for a while and it wasn't really working. So I was checking it out to see if it was working. So apparently it switched over to that mic. So being that I had my setup and I haven't gone live for a while, I didn't know. I really didn't know. So I do apologize for the shitty audio, but I'm pretty sure you guys were actually hearing me. But with this music playing, with this mic, the music don't get picked up that much, but it was probably like terrible, man. It was probably terrible. I feel real stupid. But anyways, at least we caught it. And we could talk about the departures. But big up to Mike. Big up to Michael Talks Football, who's actually loving the No, I can't talk. The Chelsea business. Look, it's good business, but it's a lot of money. If it was stretched out over a couple seasons, yeah, but it's a lot of money. It happens, man. Definitely Billi. Big up. It happens. Definitely happens. If you guys want to give the video a big thumbs down, feel free to do that for the shitty audio. Oh man, that was bad. I'm curious to hear how the audio sounded though. I'm really curious to hear how it sounded. You know what I mean? Because I like things to be nice and smooth. And that wasn't nice and smooth. Let me check this audio out really quick and see how this thing sounded, guys. All right, it didn't sound too bad though.
It sounded like live PS1. It didn't sound too bad though. It didn't sound too bad. It didn't sound too bad. You see what I'm saying? It didn't sound too bad. You know what I mean? You can't overthink it like that. It didn't sound too bad. But big up everybody. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. So Michael saying, of course, it's a lot of money and a massive risk. It sounded like the worst rave ever. Haha. Oh, yeah, man. It sounded the music playing. I'm here talking, you know what I mean? Somebody could have said something earlier. I guess you guys were hearing me. But the people who actually know how the audio sounds on the regular came and said, hey, man, something is a little off here. Something is a little off. But let's just take a look here at the departures. Timo Werner, 20 million, he flopped. I was talking about how much he flopped for a very, very long time, and people are trying to defend Timo Werner, but he's a big flop. I actually forgot Emerson played for West Ham United. I swear to God. So basically, he's not been doing good at West Ham. I forgot he played at West Ham. I really did. I swear I did. Right? Jorginho sold to Arsenal. Well, look, man, he wasn't going to renew at Chelsea, and Chelsea got 11 million for him. So good business, if you ask me. You know what I mean? In my opinion, a lot of people do rate Jorginho very highly, but I don't. I really don't. And you see, we're seeing it now. We're really seeing it now, especially this season. I'm not saying he never had really good games and pick out some really good passes and scored some penalties, because that's what he does. That's what he basically does. Score penalties, nothing else, and miss them too for Italy. But you know, most of the outgoings are pretty, you know what I mean, players that weren't doing well and where their careers were winding down at Chelsea. Billy Gilmore, I think this was a very good piece of business done by Brighton. Since Billy Gilmore got injured, it kind of affected his game, in my opinion, but he's still a very good player. And I think this was one of the instances where Chelsea actually let go a player and it could help the player in terms of his career. So Chelsea, they give up on Gilmore, while a few seasons ago, Gilmore was basically touted as the next big thing at Chelsea. Romelu Lukaku, man. Oh, man, what a big waste. What a big waste of money. Came back to the Premier League. He flopped. He went and did an interview. He got shipped back out to Inter. He's been injured. He went to the World Cup. Couldn't score for Belgium. They got knocked out. Romelu Lukaku has basically fallen off big time. But could he bounce back? Yes. I do believe he could still bounce back. Romelu Lukaku is a fighter. I don't know if it's going to be with Inter, but, you know, he's still a Chelsea player, and they will look to cash in, but they would lose some money on Romelu Lukaku, surely. Batshuayi, finally, you know, they let him go. Fenerbahce, 3 mil. You know, good signing for Fenerbahce. I think he played for Besiktas before. And I think Batshuayi is one of those players that never get a fair run in any team. Not even the Belgian national team. You know what I mean? Malang Sarr, they might as well just sell him. He's on loan at Monaco. They should just sell him. Kennedy was finally let go for $500,000. You know, that's a shocking transfer fee. But I like Kennedy. I like when he played as a left back under Mourinho, back when he was a bit younger. I like that Kennedy, you know what I mean? He had a lot of potential, but never really lived up to that. Rudiger, I think, is a big loss. Big loss for Chelsea. You see the difference in their defense. Christensen, the same. They went to Real Madrid and Barcelona. Marcos Alonso. So you see the Chelsea revamp already happened. You know what I mean? And a lot of new players came in. A lot of players left. Alonso left, you know. Pretty hard-working left back. More attacking than defensive. Matt Miazga, lone army player, left on a free. Salter as well, Clark Salter, the same. Charlie Musunda, he had high potential under Mourinho as well as a teenager. Never lived up to it. And this is a player I really can't understand, right? Callum Hudson-Odoi. How doesn't he have a future at Chelsea and they're bringing in players like Noni Madueke and players like Dacho Fofana? I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe it's something with Hudson Odoi's attitude, but he's one hell of a player. I want to just put it out there. And if Chelsea, I think Chelsea should give him another chance. I think they should really give him another chance, but I doubt that will happen. I think he'll get sold. Ampadu out on loan again. Malagusto out on loan. Slonina back out on loan. Ross Barkley release. Drinkwater release. And Saul Niguez was a waste of time, and he left. So that's the whole Chelsea rundown. It was chaotic at best because you guys heard the first part of it. The first part of it where my mic wasn't actually hooked up, but I'm glad I'm back. You know, I'm back in service with the mic, with the main mic. You know, but that's my thoughts on Chelsea's $500 million spending in this season's winter and summer transfer windows. Okay, that's my thoughts on that, man. What are you guys saying? Talk to me, guys. Let's, drop some comments, and I'm gonna read out your comments, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on what you think. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you feedback. So MVP Kev, big up yourself, man. He's saying, I haven't seen you for a while, bro. You used to come out to all the live streams, man, but since Chelsea are 10th, you basically disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you got caught up at work or something. So Chelsea back for blood next season. Look out. I'm ready. I'm ready because best believe Manchester City are going to splash the cash. Best believe. Werner doing good at Leipzig, 17 games unbeaten. Well, Donovan, bro. Donovan, he's exactly where he belongs in the Bundesliga. Big up to Angel. What's the massive risk signing? Mudryk, Sterling, Felix, and Nkunku. I forgot to mention Nkunku coming in next season, but that one's not on transfer mark. But let me see. Maybe that's on transfer marked, but that's next season. Let's take a look at the next season, 23-24. Let's look at that. Bam. So players coming back, you see, and players leaving. João Felix, Zachariah, but Nkunku is not on the list though. Remember, Chelsea still owns Bakayoko as well. You know what I mean? Chelsea owns Bakayoko. What a flop though. What a big flop. Bakayoko came at Chelsea when Bernardo and, Fabinho went to Liverpool, so Mbappe went to PSG. Guys like Sidibe and Thomas Lemar, he was part of that graduating class. So, look, what are you guys saying? Talk to me. So, MVP kept saying, Miss Rudiger, Elijah Lawson, I hope Jude Bellingham doesn't join Chelsea in the summer. I don't think Jude Bellingham will join Chelsea, If you look at the Chelsea team, I don't know if they have space for Jude Bellingham. Maybe they'll make space. But I think Manchester City are going to sign Jude Bellingham, though. I do think so. I think Pep's going to sign him. We're going to make some signings that you guys are going to have nausea. All you guys are going to be nauseous when we start signing players. You're going to start feeling bad and wanting to throw up. Trust me. Remember on this day, February 1st, I said it. This summer when City starts splashing the cash, you guys are going to have nausea. What we call it in the islands, you're going to have bad feelings. Oh, man. Donovan says, I think, look, why is Liverpool willing? Are Liverpool going to pay 100 mil? Are they going to pay that kind of money? I don't know. You see what I mean? I don't know if they're going to pay that kind of money. That's the only thing about Liverpool. I don't know if they're going to pay that type of money. They might want to do it and pay it in increments, but I don't know if, Borussia Dortmund are going to take that deal when, okay, let's say Liverpool want to go in with incremental payments, but a team like Man City want to give the cash right away. You see what I mean? What if Liverpool want to make the payments in 10 installments, but let's say Real Madrid want to make it in 3. Man City want to give you a whole your money in your hand one time in a briefcase. What if? You see? It's going to be an interesting summer transfer window indeed. It's a longer window, and we're going to see a lot of signings. Victor Ojomo is saying Caicedo, Bellingham, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is our new midfield next season. Bro, I doubt. Trent Alexander-Arnold is not playing a midfield. Hazard to PSV. That's, oh, man. The Hazards have fell off big time. Big time. So everyone's saying they think, well, Bellingham's going to Real Madrid. I think Bellingham's going to Liverpool. All right. I don't know. I don't think he's going to Liverpool, though. So, guys, that does it for Chelsea and their signings, their transfer dealings. And what I want to do really quick, right? I want to take a look at the Serie A roundup. I want to take a look at, the Italian league really quick. And then we're going to have some time to look at some other leagues. So let's take a look at the Italian, the Serie A. The Serie A is hot right now. It's really hot. So let's take a look at the Serie A. We had some games yesterday, but I think I missed a couple matches. Quite a bit of games I missed, though. So, yeah, I think I touched on these already. Lazio beating Milan 4-0. Milan, man, they're in trouble right about now. Milan ain't a lot of trouble right about now. So, just keep your eyes on Milan. Keep your eyes on the Pioli situation. So let's run through the scores, guys. Match day 20 of 38. Bologna 2, Spezia 0. Let's just see the goal scorers here. Stefan Posch, 37 minute. Riccardo Orsolini. Orsolini's been having a good season. 77 minute. Big win for Bologna over Spezia. Lecce 1, Salernitana 2. Remember, a lot of money being injected in this team, Salernitana. So, most likely they'll stay up if they keep playing like this. Bulai in the 5th, Tony Villena in the 20th, and Gabriel Strefezza in the 23rd as Salernitana picks up a win on the road. Empoli 2, Torino 2. We have in this game Sebastiano Luperto in the 37th. We have Razvan Marin, the Romanian, in the 69th. Samueli Ricci in the 82nd, and a late fight back for Torino with Antonio Sanabria in the 85th minute. So 2-2 is the score for this one. Cremonese 1, Inter 2. In this game, David Okereke with an 11-minute goal, and Lautaro Martinez with a brace, 21st minute, 65th minute. Let me see who actually started this game for Inter. Dzeko and Lautaro. DiMarco on the wings there. Dumfries, wing backs. Midfield of Gagliardini, Chalinoglu, Mkhitaryan. A lot of midfield, a lot of quality. A lot of experience. Backline of Damian, Acerbi, and Bastoni, Onana in goal. Quality team, man, and quality bench as well. But they won't challenge for the league, but they would want to get that top 4 spot. Atalanta 2, Cremonese, not Cremonese, but Sampdoria. I don't know why I'm stuck on Cremonese. But Sampdoria 0. Atalanta on fire. They've smashed up teams in the last couple games, right? Look at this. Atalanta, not that 10-1 game. That was a warm-up match. But look at these fixtures, right? Spezia 2, Atalanta 2. They beat Bologna 2-1. They beat Salernitana 8-2. And they went and beat Spezia in the Coppa Italia 5-2. Drew with Juventus 3-3. So their games have a lot of goals. Whether they're scoring them or conceding them, expect to see fireworks in an Atalanta game. And then they beat Sampdoria 2-0 and went on and lost the Coppa Italia quarterfinal to Inter. So that was yesterday. I didn't actually know that game was playing yesterday. So we got to check out the Coppa Italia as well. So let's just go back to the... All right, let's just click the goal scorers here. Joachim Mæhle, 42nd, and Ademola Lookman having the season of his life in the 57th minute. So we move. Milan 2, Sassuolo 5. This one was shocking, though. This was quite shocking because Milan are in free fall right now. They were doing pretty well in the league, and it seems like they're just leaving, a space in the top 4 for, other teams to come in, and Atalanta, Roma. You see what I'm saying? To fight and get that spot ahead of them. In this game, we had Gregory Jeffel in the 19th minute, Davide Fratesi in the 21st, Giroud pulling things back in the 24th minute, but Domenico Bellotti in the 30th. You had Arman Loriente from the penalty spot in the 47th, and Mateus Henrique in the 79th, and Divock Origi in the 81st for just a cancellation goal. 5-2 is embarrassing, man. Pioli and Milan need to get their act together. Let's take a look at the Milan score team sheet here. This is where the problem lies. You see this goalkeeper, Tatarashanu? They need to get a goalkeeper. They should have actually went in the market for a better backup goalkeeper with Minor out injured, but it didn't happen. But it's not a bad team. But with Milan playing like this, man, it only leaves room for a team like Manchester City to go and scoop and sign Theo Hernandez, who's a quality left back there. So, and guys like Sandro Tonali, might garner inches from other clubs. But the team looking light, if you ask me. If you look at the team right there, Salimakers, Charles de Catalea, Ribic, Krunic, the team looks pretty light, if you ask me. You look at this team and you look at the team last season that won the Serie A, not lining up. Rafael Leao coming off the bench. Maybe he wasn't fully fit, or maybe they're just trying something else. But the bench doesn't look super convincing, and the starting 11 doesn't either. So, Milan in some problems. Juventus are in free fall, guys. So, let's go back to when the news first broke of Juventus actually getting docked the 15 points. I think that was the game where they drew to Atalanta 3-3. I think that was the first game, if I'm not mistaken. But they recently lost after very good string of matches where they weren't conceding any about 7 goals for the entire season. They lost to Napoli. They did beat Monza in the Coppa Italia, round of 16, but drew at Atalanta and then lost to Monza, a team they just played. You see what I mean? So definitely Juventus are affected. They're affected. And I think Pogba came back too, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check the bench. Yeah, Pogba was back on the bench. But you could see here, Vlahovic, Manuel Locatelli, players that they recently acquired, Arkadiusz Milik. Ain't looking good over at Juventus now that they were docked the 15 points, because they were pulling things back together and looking to challenge Napoli, but that's not ever gonna happen this season. So you look at their team, very, very unrecognizable, if you ask me, with youngsters like Fagioli, and you have Gatti, Mose Ken up top, so Juventus are pretty much in the mud right about now. Congrats to Monza and that big win. Oh, in that game, Patrick Syria in the 18th and Danny Mota. I don't know these players at all, but, first time hearing about those players. Lazio won, Fiorentina won. Nicolo Casale and Nico Gonzalez with the goals for both teams. 1 point apiece. Napoli 2, Roma 1. I was actually supposed to watch this game and it slipped. It slipped me. I forgot it was playing. Victor Osimhen, I didn't get to watch the highlights, but I heard this was a good goal. Stefan Al-Shaarawy again on the score sheet, 75th minute. And Giovanni Simeone, who came over from Hellas Verona with the winning goal to give Napoli another big fat win to continue their dominance on top of the Serie A table. You could see Raspadori in the background there. They have a really nice squad, man. You look at the Napoli team there. Kvaratskhelia back in the team. Osimhen, Lozano. You know what I mean? You have Anguissa, who's having the time of his life. Lobatka as well. Zielinski. Solid midfield. Solid backline of Kim and Rachmani. Di Lorenzo is a player I like. Mario Rui is a revelation at left back. And Meret, pretty decent in goal. You check the bench for Napoli. That's where they're strong too. They got a really good bench. Ilif Elmas, the Macedonian, coming off the bench. He's been doing well. Simeone. You got Raspadori. Remember Tanguy and Ndombele is still there on loan from Tottenham. He's still over there. Still over there, man. Tanguy and Ndombele didn't do well in the Premier League, but he's getting some game time over there. And there's still, some pretty quality players on the bench there, like Politano, for Napoli there. So, big win. All luck to Roma. Oh, yeah, all luck to Roma. Mourinho and Roma. But you lost to the best team in the Serie A right now. Udinese won, Verona won in this game. Rodrigo Besau in the 4th minute own goal. And Lazar Samardzic, man, a player that came over from the Bundesliga, if I'm not mistaken. And he scored in the 21st minute. So this is a player I think came from Hertha Berlin, and big things were expected of this player. So let's keep an eye out for that name, Lazar Samardzic. So big up, Doug. How are you feeling, bro? Nice to see you in here. You know what I mean? Really nice to see you, bro. And don't forget what we spoke about today, man. Keep it going. Definitely. Big up to Donovan. Big up to Elijah. Big up to Yoshi in the house. But we just doing a quick rundown of the Serie A. And let's check the table and see what it looks like right now. But before we check the table, guys, we got games coming up on Saturday on the weekend. These are the matches. Cremonese Lecce, Roma Empoli, Sassuolo Atalanta Napoli versus Spezia, Torino Udinese, Fiorentina Bologna, Inter. Oh man, the Milan derby is Sunday. Okay. All right. Milan derby, I'm definitely going to try to tune into that while I'm at work on Sunday doing some OT. And Verona versus Lazio, Monza, Sampdoria, Salernitana are looking to pull off somewhat of an upset over Juventus. So these are the standings, guys. Napoli 53 points. That's 13 points ahead of Inter. Surely they can't get caught with 18 games, right? Only 18 matches to go, guys. You know, you're going towards the finish line, and they're going to look to actually win their first Serie A title in decades. Inter, you know, who won it the previous season, not last, but the season before last. And they're going to look to, keep close tabs on in Napoli. Lazio are creeping up as well. Atalanta in the top 4, you know, with that that recent surge of really good performances. And Milan are dropping out with no wins in their last 4. Roma are right there. And Udinese, who's doing well this season, are actually, 8 points behind Roma. So it's basically the top 6 is what you keep an eye on. And you keep an eye on whether Juventus can recover from that 15-point deduction and go, maybe challenge for Europa League place. But we'll get to the Coppa Italia. I don't know what happened in that. And they that's the only hope. And I think Juventus are in not the Champions League, but the Europa League as well. If they do win that, they could actually qualify for the Champions League next season. So it's going to be a close Champions League place race. Not a title race, but the Champions League spots are going to be, up for grabs between those 5 teams, Inter, Lazio, Atalanta, Milan, and Roma. So that's how the rest of the table looks, guys. The Juventus down there, mid-table. You look towards the bottom, Cremonese, without a win this season. Sampdoria, not doing too well. Verona, they were climbing up, suffered a setback with that loss recently, but they got 13 points. Keep an eye on Verona situation. They hunting down Spezia, Sassuolo, Lecce, Salernitana. Let's see how they fare. And these are the stats. Osimhen with 14 goals, his best season. And Ademola Lookman is gunning him down. Lautaro Martinez, Enzola, Bulaidia, Marko Nautovic, Mattia Zaccagni, and Rafael Leao. Kvaratskhelia leads assist chart. Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, Delafeu, Rui, and Zelinski. So big up everybody in the house. Appreciate you. Big up Albert, man. Nice to see you, Albert. Guys, don't forget to smash up the thumbs up button for the live stream, man. Appreciate it, man. And thanks again to you guys for making me aware of the audio situation. Let's go right over to the Bundesliga, man. Let's take a look at the Bundesliga. Oh, matter of fact, before we go to the Bundesliga, let's take a look at the Coppa Italia results. So sorry about that. Let's take a look at the Coppa Italia results. Quarterfinal. Oh, it's actually go. Whoa! Cremonese, they are beating Roma as we speak, guys. Cremonese are about to book a freaking place. So Cremonese are not playing around at all, guys. In the round of 16, they knocked out Napoli, right? They knocked out Napoli. And let's see what happened in the previous round. Who did Cremonese? Modena, okay. But Cremonese knocked out Napoli on penalties and have now dismissed. Basically, they will win, unless Roma come back late. But they're actually playing Roma on the road as well. And Cremonese are 2-0 up. Cyril Dessers, who they got from the Eredivisie. He's a Dutchman. And Mehmet Zeki Çelik. Oh, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Oh, that's an own goal. Okay, I'm like, what? I just came to my senses. He plays for Roma. So, Jelic, own goal in the 49th minute. I don't know what I was thinking. But Cyril Dessers with a penalty there in the 28th. Yeah, they're not coming. Roma not coming back from that at all. They're not coming back. Let me know if you guys think they could come back from that, but I don't think they're coming back. So the games yesterday, guys. Fiorentina beat Torino 2-1. I think these teams just played to a 1-1 draw. But in this game, Luka Jovic in the 65th for Torino, and Jonathan Ikone in the 90th, and Jan Camero scored a consolation goal at most in the 93rd for Torino. So Fiorentina into the the semifinal of the Coppa Italia. Juventus play Lazio. It's a big game. And that's coming up tomorrow. So it'll be Inter who defeated Atalanta, Matteo Darmian in the 57th minute. So Inter, Fiorentina, Cremonese, and one of Juventus or Lazio. So let's see who's going to win the Coppa Italia, man. Let me know your picks, guys. Take your picks. Inter looking good. Let's say it's going to be Inter. I think it might be Inter. Definitely might be Inter. I'll put my money on Inter to do it. But for Juventus, it'll be nice because they'll go straight into the Europa League if they fail to actually get a spot via the league places. So with that being said, that's it for Italy, guys. So big up to everybody in the stream. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button, especially if you appreciate, me taking a look at other leagues these days. You know what I mean? We talk about Chelsea's transfer window. We're going to take a look at some transfers as well, if I have the time, but I do have to go pick up my wife. She already told me that I can't be late. The place closes. But I already told her what she can do, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You feel me? And I didn't tell her the SMD. I just told her to go by a nearby Starbucks and wait for me there, So let's take a look at the Bundesliga, guys. Come on. Bundesliga. Let's see what's going on over there in Germany. I'm going to run through these scores really, really quick. There's actually some matches that I didn't talk about. I didn't actually look at this one, I think, right? Last time I was live. When was the last time I was live? Let me see. That will give you a clear indication of when I last talked. Okay. I was live on the 26th, so that means I spoke about these things already, right? I talked about match day 17 already, when Wolfsburg scored 5. Yes, I did. So match day 18, Leipzig 2, Stuttgart 1. In this game, Dominic Szoboszlai with a brace, 25-49. Chris Furyk in the 68th minute from the penalty spot. So we move on. Mainz 5, Bochum 2, big win for Mainz. Lee Jae-sung, the Korean maestro, in the first minute. Sylvan Widmer, the Swiss man, in the 17th. And it was a hat trick by Karim Onisiwo. I know this player. 28th, 57th, and 87th minute for Onisiwo. And Pierre Kunde scored in the 78th minute. And Erhan Mashovic, 72nd for Bochum. So big win for Mainz there. So we move. Werder Bremen. Oh, Wolfsburg bubbles finally popped. Werder Bremen 2, Wolfsburg 1. So Nicholas Fulkrug to the rescue with a brace. Kevin Paredes with a goal in the 90th for Wolfsburg. So Niko Kovac was on fire with those 2 big wins, but now they've dropped points. Hertha 0, Union 2 in the Berlin Derby. Danilo Doki in the 44th minute and Paul Sequin in the 67th. This Doki guy is scoring a lot of goals. I swore this guy was a defender. This guy's scoring a lot of goals. Yep, this guy's a freaking cent and a half. I'm pretty sure he scored in the last game that he played. Union Verda. Look at this. Nah, he didn't score. He scored in one of the recent games, though. Let me see something. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I saw he scored before. Union 3, Hoffenheim. Yep, Doki with a brace. This is a goal scoring center back here, guys. This is a goal scoring center back, and if he continues to play that well, Bayern Munich might actually sign him. You know what I mean? You know that's what Bayern does. If a player does well in the Bundesliga, they just snatch him up from whatever club he plays for. So Freiburg 3, Augsburg 1. Gregorcic in the 13th, Megrin Berecha in the 29th, Lucas Holler in the 30th, and Philip Lienhardt in the 85th for Freiburg. Big win for Freiburg, who was falling off the boil a bit. Hoffenheim 1, Mönchengladbach 4. In this game, Jonas Hoffmann with a brace, 12:37 Lars Stindl, and Hannes Wolf with the goals. Elias Bebu in the 80th for Hoffenheim. Fat win for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Bayern 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. What's going on with Bayern Munich? Bayern Munich are on 3 consecutive draws. 1-1 draws at that. I think Bayern are only playing around with the league. They're just playing around because guess what? They're going to play, and they're going to make, the league a bit interesting when they come back from this slump and goes past whoever, takes the number 1 spot in the league. So, Leroy Sané in the 34th minute. Oh, man, I still can't believe we sold Leroy Sané to Bayern Munich. I still can't believe. Should have never sold this player. Should have never. He was devastating. Sané was one of those players that every Premier League rival fan feared. They just hated to see freaking Sané when he's running up on the left flank. They just hated Sané for that. So, Randall Kolomuani, who's been great for Frankfurt, this season, he was signed for free and he's been doing some really, really good work there for Frankfurt and also for the French national team. So we go back here and we have Schalke picking up a point. Wow. Schalke 0, Cologne 0, and Leverkusen 0, Dortmund 2, Karim Adeyemi with his 33rd minute goal, and Edmund Tapsoba with an own goal. So big win for Borussia Dortmund as they continue their very good form. So this is what the standings look like, guys. Bayern on top still, 37 points, draws in the last 3. Union Berlin is second with 36. RB Leipzig third with 35 points. Dortmund fourth with 34 points. Freiburg with 34 points. Eintracht Frankfurt with 32, and there's a gap there with Wolfsburg dropping off a bit. Gladbach 25 points. Leverkusen and Werder round off the top 10. The bottom half, Mainz with 23, Cologne with 22, Hoffenheim, Augsburg, Stuttgart just outside the relegation zone, Bochum in the playoff zone, and Hertha and Schalke in the relegation zone. It's just crazy to see Hertha bullying down there, man. They spent so much money recently and all for nothing. So that's what the Bundesliga looks like. That's the stats. Fulkrug leading the charge. Pass Nkunku. There's Thuram, Musiala, and Grifo on the charts. Kolomuani with assist. Szoboszlai player. Visa, Musiala, and Stindl. Big up everybody in the stream. Make sure you guys smash up the thumbs up button. Big up Donovan. He loved the Bundesliga. He lives in Germany. So that's Bayern's worst 3-game stretch since 2007 when Bayern finished 4th. Yeah, that's pretty weird, man. That's pretty weird. Dom, what's your quick take on Cancelo leaving to Bayern? Albert, bro, you got to go check the video on the channel. Hear what I have to say. I spoke very long about him. But what I'm going to say now, Cancelo, you a little bitch. That's what I have to say. And I mean it. And I'm going to keep it moving. See what I'm saying? I wish him all the best, but I just have those words for him. I'm going to keep it real. I'm definitely going to keep it real. So, guys, what else we got left to talk about? So, we talked about Chelsea spending $500 million. Talked about the Serie A. Talked about the Bundesliga. Let's take a look at the Carabao Cup because we got Carabao Cup games playing today. Man United, who cares, man? Who cares? Man United were 3-0 up. And they're winning. They're winning 1-0. Martial with the goal. So, Man United versus Newcastle in the final of the EFL Cup. And Newcastle beat Southampton 1-0 yesterday. Well, that wasn't yesterday. That was before Joel Linton scoring and Dewey Chaleta getting sent off. And the last game there, they beat Southampton 2-1. This time, Newcastle got a red card with Bruno Guimaraes sent off. But Sean Langstaff, who I was telling Newcastle fan Steve that the man is an asset to the team and he's very good. He's had a good season, and he said no. And you see, who took you to the final? Longstaff. Che Adams with a goal there. Consolation goal at most, but kept them in the game. And maybe if that red card happened a bit sooner, Southampton could have actually bagged the equalizer and, who knows, start a comeback. But it was still behind after the first game. So Newcastle 3-1 on aggregate, books a place to Wembley to face Manchester United most likely. And I'm going to say this, I really hope Newcastle United goes on to win a trophy. You see what I mean? I really hope they do. And let me see how many fans over there in England or the pundits or the media or YouTubers call Newcastle out and say that they bought the trophy. Let me see how many people say that. If they didn't get taken over, they would have never won that. They would have never gone into the final. And if they go on to win the trophy, they would have never won the trophy. But I want them to win the trophy. You see what I mean? This is the new model, guys. This is the new model of football in England. Career mode style. You got money, you buy the club, you go in and buy players. Your pocket has no limits. You just buy players. You know what I mean? And you smile and go to the games and you just smile. You smile and make more money from the football club. So, give it up to Newcastle. I really like what they've done this season. I really like what they've done under the new ownership and under Eddie Howe. So, for Southampton, a good run to the semifinals, but they would now get to focus on surviving the Premier League. They've signed a lot of players, and I don't know if it's going to be enough, to be honest. I really called Southampton early in the season and said they were going to get relegated. It's part of my predictions. Southampton to get relegated. So that's the EFL Cup, guys. United and Newcastle will play in the final, and the final will be maybe sometime this month at Wembley, if I'm not mistaken. So let me see what you guys are saying. Dom, do we all have to be rich to make it big? Like all the clubs as well as in real life? Well, having money takes you places, man. It takes you places that having no money won't take you. Let's just say that. Let's just put it that way. You know what I'm saying? But my name is Dominic Rich, but with no money, as you see right there on the screen. All right, Man United scored a second goal, guys. So, and that second goal came Fred. Fred scored. So, they're in the final. And if they win it, man, you won't be able to shut them up this season. They're going to act like if they win the freaking Premier League or the Champions League. So, yeah. So, guys, we talked about the Carabao Cup. Let's take a look at what's coming up next in the Premier League. Let's take a look at the Premier League and see what's coming up soon. So, the Premier League, on Friday, we got Chelsea playing Fulham, Everton playing Arsenal on Saturday, Brighton playing Bournemouth on Saturday as well, Man United versus Crystal Palace, Brentford versus Southampton, Wolves, Liverpool again. They played twice in the FA Cup recently. Aston Villa versus Leicester, Newcastle, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Leeds. Big game on Sunday, Tottenham versus Manchester City. And got a Wednesday match there. Makeup game there between Manchester United and Leeds, which will be a huge, huge game. So all the best to all the teams except Manchester United. I'm just joking. All the best to all the teams, man. So in terms of the FA Cup, guys, we should have some replay coming up. Take a look at the FA Cup and see what's going on. Take a look at the FA Cup. We got to do another stream, though. We definitely got to do another stream to take a look at the transfer business that I've done. You know, I don't think the live stream today is going to be enough to cover all of that. Gotta go pick up my wife, you know what I mean? In about 25 minutes, I'm gonna leave to go get her. So this is what the FA Cup replays. Oh, we had replays already yesterday. So Blackburn Rovers beat Birmingham City. Grimsby Town play Luton on Tuesday, the 7th. Fleetwood play Sheffield Wednesday. Burnley play Ipswich Town. Sheffield play Wrexham. Big up to Wrexham, though. They almost beat Sheffield, but they came back late. I think that game was finished 3-3. Sunderland versus Fulham. And I don't think I actually spoke about these matches, though. I didn't run through these games at all. Yeah, I haven't gone live since. So let's take a look at some of these games here. City 1, Arsenal 0. Leicester 1, Walsall 0. Accrington Stanley 1, Leeds 3. And if we check this, is Sinistera back, Fairport, Jack Harrison with the goals. I just wanted to touch on those really, really quick. I don't want to go through all the games, but Sheffield Wednesday 1, Fleetwood 1, Blackburn Rovers 2, Birmingham 2, Southampton 2, Blackpool 1, Ipswich 0, Burnley 0, Bristol City 3, West Brom 0, Luton Town 2, Grimsby Town 2, Fulham and Sunderland 1-1 draw, Tottenham beat Preston 3-0, Man United beat Reading 3-1. He had Casemiro scoring some goals in that game, I think. Brighton 2, Liverpool 1. Oh, man, that was a highlight of the FA Cup, man. Liverpool just can't seem to get the better of Brighton and Hove Albion at all, man. They got Liverpool's money. They really do got their ticket. So, Stoke 3, Stevenage 1, Wrexham 3, Sheffield 3, West Ham 2, Derby 0. And these are the replays, as I just, told you guys. And the 5th round draw was made, guys. Southampton would play, one of the RIP teams in the replay. We're going to take a look. Let's actually take a look at the draw. Let's go here. Let's take a look at the draw right here. Where's the draw? Come on, give me the draw. So Bruno Guimaraes faces 3-match ban after League Cup red. Damn. So the draw. This is the draw right here, guys. So the draw is Southampton versus Luton or Grimsby. Leicester versus Blackburn. It would be Blackburn. Leicester versus Blackburn. You got Stoke versus Brighton. Wrexham or Sheffield versus Tottenham. And that team will get to host. Fulham or Sunderland versus Leeds. Bristol City versus Manchester City. I got to say this right now. We're going to smoke those guys. Just want to call it right now. We're going to smoke them. We're going to put them in a spliff and smoke them. Man United versus West Ham will be interesting. Ipswich or Burnley versus Sheffield or Fleetwood. The FA Cup is going to be very interesting. And I think it could come down to the 2 Manchester clubs. I really think that could be the case. Could Spurs actually make a final, guys? I don't think so. Conte is currently dealing with an illness right about now, so they might suffer without him for the, a short moment. So that rounds up the Premier League weekend preview. I'm not making predictions anymore, man. Seriously, and maybe next season, I don't know. That's the Carabao Cup. That's the FA Cup. So what else could we look at, guys? Big up everybody. Big up the king of cocaine in the house. How are you doing? Big up Ron. How are you, bro? How are you? Big X Gunner in the house. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. My car has broken down on the street. Big up to you. Make sure you guys like up the video, man. We'll definitely appreciate that. And I'm still kind of mad that I'm still mad that I actually messed up the audio in the beginning, though. I'm still mad. But one thing we got to look at, guys, we got to check La Liga. Let's check La Liga. That's something that I advertised to check. So let's check La Liga. Let's go. Let me see what else I advertised. All right. So we run it off with La Liga and some transfers, guys. That's it. And we call it a day. So let's just look at the latest in La Liga. And we have a game right now. I wasn't even aware. So big up to Barcelona who are leading Real Betis. Rafinha in the 65th. Robert Lewandowski in the 80th. Jules Koundé own goal for Betis in the 85th minute there. So Barcelona are winning this game. They're in top La Liga right now. So, Barcelona fans must be pretty happy about this. So I missed some games though. I definitely missed some games. And let's take a look at these ones, man. Almeria 3, Espanyol 1, Cadiz 2, Mallorca 0. Barcelona beating Girona 1-0. Let's see who scored. Pedri in the 61st minute. You got Sevilla 3, Elche 0. Let's see who scored. Elche just can't win a game, man. Yusuf Enezairi with a brace. Marcos Acuna, Pedro Bigas got sent off for Elche. Getafe 0, Betis 1. Boya Iglesias with the goal. The Valladolid 0, Warm 1, Valencia 0. And we saw a sacking, man. Gennaro Gattuso was sacked by Valencia because he was really on a poor run of form. And Kyle Larin scoring, the Canadian international, formerly of Besiktas, in the 98th minute. Last minute things for Valladolid. R9, Ronaldo's club. Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Saul, wow, Saul Niguez in the 78th minute. I can't believe it. Saul Niguez. I swore I saw him in the rumors that he was moving. I think he moved. Celta 1, Athletic Club 0. Iago Aspas. Yep, Iago Aspas in the 71st minute. Keep it moving. Real Madrid and Sociedad played till 0-0 draw. I didn't even know that. What is going on with Real Madrid, man? They're dropping points left, right, and center. They're giving Barcelona the league, it seems. And Villarreal losing to Rayo Vallecano is a big win for Vallecano, as Villarreal, they've been playing really, really well. So Sergio Camelo in the 78th minute, he's been performing well for Vallecano this season. So first game of match day 17, you have it's a makeup fixture, as you guys could see. Not the first game of match day 17, but a makeup rearranged fixture. Barcelona beating Betis 2-1 with a few minutes to go, including extra time. So we got the games coming up this weekend, guys. Athletic Club play Cadiz. Espanyol play Osasuna. Elche take on Valencia under new management. And you got Atletico play Getafe. Betis play Vigo. Celta, I should say. Mallorca play Real Madrid. Girona play Valencia. Real Sociedad, Valladolid. Barcelona, Sevilla is a big game. Rayo Vallecano play Almeria as well. So these are the standings. Barcelona, oh my God. Oh my. Barcelona are currently 8 points ahead of Real Madrid. And if Real Madrid does not win their game over the weekend, it will be 8 points indeed when they are level on the same amount of matches played. But wow. But even if Real Madrid wins, Barcelona would still have a 5-point gap, which is a pretty healthy gap in my opinion. So Sociedad a third, Atletico Madrid a fourth, and Sociedad do have a 5-point gap. And Atletico 3 points ahead of Villarreal and Real Betis. Vallecano playing well, Osasuna playing well, even a Bilbao, a Mallorca. Teams in the bottom half, Almeria, Girona, Sevilla climbing up the table, guys, picking up those points. Espanyol, Celta, Valladolid, and in the relegation zone, Cadiz, Getafe, and Elche without a win. So give it up to Elche, man. No wins this season. So big up everybody in the stream. What are you guys saying? Any new comments? So Elijah is saying City could sign Pedri. It will not happen, but if it did, our midfield will be smoking. I think Man City will go in for some, quality players this summer, and I'm really excited to see who we're gonna sign. But best believe it's gonna send some shockwaves to the football world. I can't wait to witness it. So in terms of the players, guys, Lewandowski with 13, Joselu with 11. Iglesias 9, Iago Aspas 9, Karim Benzema with 9 as well. Mikel Merino assist charts with 7. Then there's Griezmann, Brian Olivan, Ousmane Dembele, Rodrigo. in terms of the assist getters there. So that's what La Liga looks like, guys. That's a quick roundup. I know I could drop more news and everything and go deeper into things, but not today, though. Not today. So what we're going to do, guys, really quick, let's do, in the next 10 minutes or so, let's cover some of the transfers that we actually saw, right? You know what I mean? We saw a lot of transfers. We really did. And maybe I could push this back for another day, but I do have to push this back for another day, man, where I'll do some type of transfer review, and I'll set some things up in the corner where I'm going to rate the transfers, and I'm going to have some numbers that are going to pop up in the corner or something, like out of 10, or some letter grades, you know what I mean? Like I could say I give this transfer an A or an A plus, an A minus, you know what I mean? A B plus, a B minus. So I could do something where I just do this, bam, and that will be my rating right there. You see what I mean? And I'll have a couple of those there that I could just rate. You feel me? Yeah. So I think I'm a look into doing that though. That sounds like a plan indeed. But let's go over to Fabrizio Romano and let's take a look at some of the latest in terms of, some transfer dealings. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Dominic Rich FC. Do have 515 followers. I had more, but maybe people unfollowed because of some things I said. Your feelings do get hurt very, very quickly on Twitter because Twitter is a place with no filter. Say whatever the hell you want. See what I'm saying? As long as it's not really controversial. So big up to Morgan Heights. Big up to you, bro. I was telling him about Persistence, Norris, man. Love this song, man. Love this song from 23 years ago. So let's go to Fabrizio Romano and run down some of the latest transfers, man. So we know about Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea. All right, let's take a look at this. There's been a youngster from LAF's Los Angeles Galaxy that's been linked to the move to Barcelona. And it said Barca director Alemany confirmed the situation for Julian Arroyo deal. We didn't arrive on time due to a computer error. The delay was 18 seconds. Wow. We'll have to wait and see what FIFA decide. 18 seconds, You could just imagine you have slow internet and that prevents you from getting a player. That's crazy. So Enzo Fernandez, I am so grateful to Chelsea and its ownership for doing everything they could to make me part of this project. I am happy and excited to join the pride of London. So Enzo Fernandez, he's over in England right about now. You know who else was in England recently? Your boy Dominic Rich. And I'll surely like to go back again. So that's Enzo Fernandez, unveiled as a Chelsea player. Hopefully for the player, he does not flop. Okay? Albert Sambi joins Crystal Palace on loan, and I'm happy for him. He wasn't having a good time at Arsenal. You know what I mean? He came into the team, he started playing, and then he just stopped playing. He wasn't living up to the billing at all. So, João Cancelo starts for Bayern on his first game. Whatever, Cancelo. You're a snake. Just want to put it out there. You're a snake. Just go about your business. Go join up with Leroy Sané, and, y'all go have fun. Do your outside of the right foot crosses and things over there. Go ahead. Do your thing. Thiago Silva confirms new deal talks are advancing. We are negotiating. It will probably happen in the next days. My plan is to continue at Chelsea, and Chelsea want to continue with me. Yeah, he's been a good signing, and why not, man? He's ageless. You see what I'm saying? So let's go. I want to talk too much about Enzo anymore. Nicola Zaniolo, there are many fake news about me. I'm here available to help AS Roma and ready to give my best for the club. Zaniolo was never close to Leeds or Everton. Bournemouth had deal in place on Friday, but player rejected. God damn. Imagine getting rejected. Rejection gotta be the worst thing ever, man. Some people don't handle rejection very well. Rafael Leao, his contract situation over at AC Milan. Let's see if he manages to get a new deal or if he would be on the move next summer. So, look, man. Look, we're not going to talk about this youngster. Who knows, man? He might be something big, but Jimmy J. Morgan from Southampton, Chelsea picked him up, 6 million plus add-ons for the U team. So what else we got here? Sofian Amrabat, the deal to Barcelona that was rumored, it never happened, so he will remain at Fiorentina. And what else we have? This one is a weird one. I'm kind of curious to know which clubs, Andre, are you honest with the London to now to negotiate with 2 Premier League clubs, not championship clubs, but Premier League clubs, including Everton. If he goes to Everton, Everton might as well just relegate themselves already. Because you ain't going to do a goddamn thing. What if he goes to Everton and bang in a couple screamers and save them? What if? See? But guys, I think Everton are going down, man. That's just an early thoughts on Everton. They might just be going down. They're in the mud right now. They're really in the mud. So Hakim Ziyech to PSG did not happen as well, guys. And what else we got? McKennie signed from, of course, Juventus to Leeds. McKennie said he wanted to leave the club. He asked to go. We found a great solution with Leeds United. Buy option in the deal is not mandatory, but up to Leeds. 1.2 million loan fee and 33 million buy option plus the add-ons to a 40 million package. If Jesse March is still in charge, and if he's still in charge, it means that they had a really good second half of their season, helped by the likes of Weston McKennie, they would sign him on a permanent basis. So PSG have sold Ander Herrera to Athletic Club on a permanent deal. Buy option clause triggered and contract until 2024. I think he was on loan over there, though. So the other one, Herrera's permanent sale helped PSG to complete Keylor Navas loan to Nottingham Forest. So Nottingham Forest did the goddamn thing, brought in a few more players as well, let a few go. So look, man, I gotta run out of here, guys. We will be back again, maybe tomorrow or the weekend. And I can't promise you, but maybe Friday or Saturday. I gotta spread things around. I'm doing some things right now in my life. I'm getting my life back together. Not that my life had fallen apart or anything, but there's just a few things I needed to take care of, man. I was a bit too lazy. I wasn't working enough. I wasn't putting enough overtime and things like that. So my bills were kind of like catching up to me, if you get my gist. All right, so guys, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna go pick up my wife. She gets up at 5:30. She she still actually works at her old job, but she does like per diem. She goes in when they need her. So she doesn't work there like 4 days a week anymore. She has a new job and she gets off pretty early, 5:30 or 6 o'clock. So I could pick her up and have the rest of the night. So, I'll see you guys soon, man. So appreciate everybody. Sorry for the audio problems at the beginning of the stream, simply because of my webcam that I hooked up and I actually forgot to switch it over, and bam. My audio was shitty for the first 40 minutes of the stream. The stream only went for an hour, 33 minutes. So I do apologize if, anybody actually, noticed that I was kind of be like, oh man, Don, what's going on here with the audio? But that's what happened when you're not consistently streaming multiple times a day or daily. All right. So guys, thanks again for tuning in. I did cover everything that I said I was going to talk about, but I feel like we still have to do something on the transfers where we go through all the transfer business or the notable ones and we grade them. Okay. So guys, thanks again for tuning in to yet another one of your boy, Dominic Rich. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad Hunter. Peace.